Pokes ahead jokes. Welcome back to episode 177 of Eye Pokes and Head Jokes. It's your boy, Mr. Alex, and Mr. Cooler. What's up? Back. We're here to talk about a couple things.
There's
just a few. Okay, you're right. It's like 3 or more. It's a few. Correct grammar, motherfuckers. Learn your shit. So I'm going to be talking about the speaking out movement and the fallout surrounding it within the last week or so after there's updates here and there going onto what's going on. We have some Tessa Blanchard news. We have some AEW news as well. And then we're going to look into what's been going on with New Japan and their New Japan Cup and any other announcements they might have had. So, yeah, we're here. Thanks again for joining us. Follow us on social medias and check us out on iTunes, subscribe, and rate us 5 stars. It helps with getting noticed better.
Save that for the end of the podcast.
No, you gotta tell them in the beginning because motherfuckers won't listen at the end.
Well, that's why. Well, yeah. Either way, they're here.
Yeah, they're here.
We appreciate you for that. So
exactly. But yeah, moving right into the speaking out fallout. You told me that Travis Banks and Ligero got fired.
Yes, and that happened maybe about right after the pod that we did on last week.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So they were part of NXT UK, right?
Yes, they were. And there's rumors of NXT UK being shut down.
I did see rumors about that. Moving into that because it's a perfect sidebar. Segue into it. Moving into that, I saw rumors about it, right? But overall, I didn't. WWE came out and flat out said that, no, we're not getting rid of WWE UK.
How many times have they said something in the
I know that. I mean, it's
immediately.
But from what I said, I mean, why get rid of NXT UK because of some bad apples? Are they all bad apples?
They're turning. No. Honestly, I don't think they should get rid of it either because there's a lot more talent there, and you really just excuse the terminology. You raped and pillaged the UK wrestling scene. So why get rid of it? You got rid of who you didn't need to have to begin with, but you utilized them, right?
Yeah.
Keep utilizing the positive people, the good people that's still there, because there was really no point of having a mass firing back in April if you're gonna have to do another one right now with all of the UK staff.
True, and the other thing you gotta think about as well, they put a lot of money into doing this. You know, you don't want to XFL it. But
how much money he made off that shit though, right? Jeez, who?
How much money did he make off of that? He lost more than he made.
Yes, definitely true.
He lost $500 million.
Definitely true, but hey, you get it back when you fire a couple of people and you get the new.
I'm just saying the amount of money invested in NXT UK doesn't make sense for them to actually just get rid of it out of nowhere just because a few bad apples did some fucked up shit, and not to undermine everything that's going on, but at the same time, you can't punish everybody for a few people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean, it holds true for everything. You're gonna have a few bad apples, whether it's unfortunately police departments around the United States or the world, or military, or just anything, politics, and you're gonna have a few bad apples that are just not, morally there, and you can't punish the rest of the population because of that, or the rest of the employees, or whatever, or the rest of the company for such a thing. But I think overall, like you said, you're 100% right. You should most definitely just focus on the people that you have that you could build around, revamp it somehow, or just, I don't know exactly what's going on with it right now because of the whole coronavirus thing and everything, because of COVID-19. But at the same time, now's the time to really set it up. you could get rid of NXT UK and just add everybody to NXT, but then like not everybody's gonna fly over, and there's restrictions on travel and then quarantine,
and some people are just not gonna want to because
absolutely, because that's their home. It's called UK for a reason. Like that's where they want to be.
Between that being their home and also with all the positive testings of coronavirus now that just happened in the performance center, so it's a lot of participants that's not going to be willing to.
Even this girl got coronavirus, Renee Young.
Yes, she did.
So like, and that
you knew that. I text the fucking group. Nobody responds. I hate that.
No, I mean, we seen the group. I clicked on it. I just forgot to respond. But like if you look at it, like Renee Young tested positive, so now that kind of like puts this.
They're pissed off at her. They're pissed off at her for saying that.
So I mean, but she should say it. That's the thing. Like, you shouldn't be afraid to say, "Hey, I have this." You might not have symptoms. You might not have a huge case of it. You might have a mild case.
Yeah.
You should still tell people, "Hey, this is the thing. Like, I need y'all to know."
Yeah.
I need y'all to know, because like, if this, let's say, example, if it were to happen at work and somebody has it but doesn't say shit, continues to come to work, like, I will fuck you up. It's that simple. But then, like, if you don't know, you don't know. But like, I mean, I think it's smart for them on that part to like, for her to have said something. And like, on top of that, like, now that puts John Moxley, like, is he showing up on AEW? Probably not for the next couple of weeks, because
he's not gonna be there for day one of Fyter Fest. Everyone's skeptical about day 2. And I do want to say he announced it. He didn't announce it on his Twitter, but he reached out to the team, AEW team, and he said,
"Hey, I'm probably gonna have to quarantine."
Yeah, like, I was around someone who was around someone. You already know the idea of 6 degrees of separation.
Exactly.
So
it's really more like 1 degree nowadays. Like, to be honest with you.
Yeah, especially with social media, But yeah, Tony Khan went on Twitter and he said he was supposed to. He went on Twitter Wednesday saying, "Hey, he was supposed to be here tonight. He's not going to be here because he was around somebody who was around somebody.
Which is not that he was,
and that goes to, and it's horrible because that third party would have to be Renee.
Yeah, I mean,
like she said." Yeah, like, and it's just crazy how differently these two companies are actually responding to testing and their talent being around people.
Fucking WWE wasn't testing, period. It's like, if somebody gets it, then they're probably. But it's not even about that. It's more about the speaking out shit. I just want to like.
One thing I do want to say about the testing, because I've been watching BTE, I've been watching Sammy Guevara's YouTube. Before he actually shut that down, I was watching it, and their way of testing was I can't say their only way of testing, but the way of testing that they were doing when they were coming into the arena was just whatchamacallit. They were just catching the temperature. And that's all that I know. That's all that we see.
I mean, that's the most you can do without having the fucking test there. It's not like they don't have the money, but just like, if you have a higher than regular temperature, like for me, I don't run at 98.6. I run at 99.1, 99.2. I average there, which is why I'm always fucking hot in the summertime, and that's why I have like light ass jackets in the winter. So like, if you were to put that on me at work, they'll be like, "Oh, you have a 99.2 temperature." If I tell them, "Hey, that's my usual average," or 99.1 is my usual average, like, they're gonna look at me like, "No, that's not true." Even though doctors have said, like, "Hey, your heart, pumps faster, and that's why you have faster blood flow. That's why you get warmer." So, like, it's just one of those things. But, like, overall, I mean, I think they did the right decision. So what's going on with Velveteen Dream? You said something about an accident?
Yes, he was in a car accident. I'm sorry. I don't mean to just have this smirk on, but he was in a car accident. There's pretty much no other news other than that. He was in a car accident. They're saying his tenure at WWE right now seems to be on its way to being closed out. So there's really nothing else. Like that's pretty much all
What
the
do you
news.
mean? Like you think they're gonna get rid of him?
That's word on
I mean, if
on
the evidence
the
is pointing
industry.
that way, I mean, you might have to. I mean, there's like, and the crazy thing, I was talking to my boy Diehard about this on at our gaming group BIG. Yo, check us out. Anyways, we were talking about this, and I know shameless plug. We were talking about it, and he was just like, "Oh, Velveteen Dream, blah blah. What's he been doing?" I'm like, "You haven't heard the news? I'm like, you
Man,
haven't been looking at anything?" And he was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Just Google his name right now and click on news. You'll see what's up." And like, he was just fucking baffled. He was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, man. There's some fucked up shit. Nothing's concrete, but hey, I'm just giving you what we all know." So yeah, I mean,
like,
if the investigation, whatever WWE is doing to like investigate said claims, like if it turns out, yeah, we have no other reason to think that he won't be vamoosed out the door. Get that
yeah.
salute.
You know what's kind of crazy? They're doing the same thing with Matt Riddle. Luckily for Matt Riddle, I don't want to say luckily. I'm unaware if there's multiple claims on Matt Riddle.
Didn't they still put that motherfucker on TV the other day?
Yes.
Of course. WWE.
I don't think it's multiple claims with him. That's the one thing.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It does not. But it's always going to be a token situation, and it's always going to be the one that gets away sometimes. Like this is not the first time WWE has had this situation. This is just the one time that an abundance of people are just coming out and speaking their piece against numerous people, and numerous people having numerous people who speak about them. So it's not a new thing. This has happened.
No, for sure. I had the
many
movement like 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago. So like
even before
that. Yeah.
Yes, last decade, the decade before that, the decade before that. Like disgusting to say, but I'm just happy.
Keep letting us know about it. Fuck it, like like this shit needs to be known. It's that simple. So yeah. So what happened with the NWA president resigning? What's up with that? What do you know about that?
I didn't read too much into that at all. I didn't read anything into that at all. But
do you think it has to do with obviously like everything
it does.
That's going
Okay.
on?
David Lagana, I think his name is. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but yeah, there's something in there stemming from the speaking out movement. It's just really nasty. Like I don't know what is what anymore. Like it's just crazy. It's crazy, and at the same time, I understand as a guy, it's kind of hard to talk to people sometimes. But it's not only that; it's about how you handle yourself. So there's never going to be any excuse, and you should always make sure that women feel comfortable around you and your friends.
Facts. It's that simple. Like honestly, like the onus is always mainly on the guys. Like I mean. Yeah. Everybody could try to say, like, and the fucked up thing is you're going to hear guys say, oh, well, or people overall, not even guys, it's people overall saying, oh, she shouldn't have put herself in that predicament or this and that. Like, no, motherfucker. Like, at the end of the day, it's up to the dude. Like, have some fucking respect and be a fucking man. And if you can't get it, go pay for it, motherfucker, because I'm pretty sure you can go pay for it. It's that simple. You don't got to do what
because either way, you're going to pay for it.
Exactly.
Either way, you're going to pay for it.
So
and it's just ridiculous because we know we've had friends or I don't want to say friends. We've been around people.
Exactly.
We've been around people who made a girl feel uncomfortable and they didn't leave from around you.
Exactly. So
or if you walked out the bar and that one person was still in the bar, they walked out with you. What are you doing?
For real, exactly.
Like, and this is it may be different because we're not too different, but it may be a certain type of different being that we're in New York and we're always in bars. So we understand just how to remove ourselves from situations and then it's
even then though.
Yeah, even then we still know the comfort level of women, and I don't think that should I don't even want to say that's a New York thing. That's not a New York thing.
It's just a street smart thing overall. It's just like being aware of yourself and whatever, and being aware of your surroundings and others and how they're feeling and reading people. Because not a lot of people are good at reading other people, or just some people are just oblivious to shit. So it's just.
And also, it's the idea of the girl following the not even following, but making sure she's around a person that she's more comfortable with.
Yeah.
And then maybe one of the creepy guys or just a random guy was like, oh, yo, what's going on with y'all two? It's like, it's that too, but at the same time, you read into what you want to read into. Sometimes. Most
buddy
times.
system, people, buddy system.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
I'm that serious, buddy system for real. Because if one gets too drunk, the other one's there to like at least corral the person in or be like, yo, we need to get the fuck out of here. But it is what it is.
One thing I do want to say, I'm not sure who said it on Twitter, but they was basically saying like, if they're at a show and you feel comfortable, you don't feel comfortable, come to me, even if I'm in the back being busy. Come hang out with me, just so you know you're in a safe environment with me at least.
Yeah.
And I felt
respect it.
I respect that, and I feel 100% beside that guy with that same claim. Like, if we're at a wrestling show, we don't always make ourselves most known at these shows, but if we're at a wrestling show and you know we're at a wrestling show, feel free. If we're doing Podcast Row with BCW, sit with us. If we're at a show just being fans, just at the front row or whatever row we're in with Hog or whatever, sit beside us. We are more allies than anything else. Like, it's all about safety for not just us, but for everyone involved.
Anyways, next thing. So we're gonna talk about Tessa Blanchard. We have news on her. So she got stripped of her title and terminated. Her contract was terminated.
She had up until tomorrow.
To what?
She had her contract was up to 30th.
She had 5 days left on the contract, so she got terminated on June 25th. But the reasoning for that is because she had no plans at all to defend her championship at Slammiversary. She wasn't answering people, and people that work for Impact were saying like, difficult. That one, she was being difficult, and two, on top of that, like they had the feeling that she wouldn't turn up regardless anyway.
It was multiple things. It was multiple things.
So like, I mean, but that was mainly the thing. So like now she's a free agent, former Impact World Champion. There's no non-compete clause on her, exit from the thing, and especially since she was terminated early, I'm guessing like that's null and void anyway, because if you get terminated, like it is what it is.
Yeah.
So maybe she'll come back like the Terminator. Who knows? I saw a lot of I know that was fucking weak. I know that I saw a bunch of reports saying that
she had feelings for WWE.
No. Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. Like, and the funny thing is, again, talking to my boy Diehard, like he was just like, "Yo, so Tessa Blanchard got blah blah whatever." He's like, "You think Vince will sign her?" And I was like, "Nah, man, fuck that." And then I just immediately stopped, and I was like, "You know what? He'll probably sign her." I said it immediately. Yeah. I was just like, "He'll probably sign her." But she's like, she's been notoriously difficult to work with, and this and that, and like people mainly don't like her. So like, do you really want to? Like, there's no argument about her caliber of what she can do in the ring, how good she is. That's not the argument. The argument is cohesiveness with other people and with the company. You know what I mean? So, like,
one thing you do have to remember is
take that shit off your face, please.
Charlotte's on vacation, and
for like at least 7 months, they said.
Yes, so Charlotte's on vacation, and so is the man. I'm not saying that the women on any of the three rosters are slouches. I guess 4 if you want to count UK, but we don't know about that. But I don't think any of them are slouches. It's just the attention at the moment, or just the attention when she does come. A lot of people were making assumption that she might just pop up with her dad.
I get it.
AEW.
I don't think AEW is interested though either.
I would hope not. We need some. I don't want to say we, but they need some melanin, like productiveness. And not just the men's roster.
No, I know what you mean. Especially the women's roster. Yeah.
Roster. Like, I love Nyla. I love Big Swole, but they need more melanin. And I do like what they're doing with the dark shows, but we need more prominent melanin.
The other thing you have to consider, unfortunately, because you mentioned AEW and Tully and whatever, you have to consider 2 of the main people they were pushing or starting to push got hurt, and they're gonna be out for at least 6 months each. So that's gonna be an issue. Again, they have enough of a roster to be able to like at least go by. WWE, same thing. They have a bigger roster.
Yeah.
Although I understand, you have Tessa Blanchard and you want to bring her in because she's super talented. Again, she was part of the what was it, the Mae Young Classic at one point, wasn't she?
I believe so.
Yeah. So like, if something didn't evolve from there, you know what I mean? Like, and don't get me wrong, since then she's gotten multiple times better at her craft and what she does. But it's just like, just the output of how much baggage surrounds her. And of course, WWE isn't shy to bringing people in that have baggage and shit.
Okay,
but
so like, wait. One thing I do want to say, now that you're saying baggage, right? The reason why she's in Mexico right now and not in Impact Wrestling,
because she showed up on AAA or some shit like that on YouTube, like or maybe it was an old thing, but like they still like put that out there.
Yeah, she's getting married in Mexico to another Impact star. I get that. So, support Daga. I know you don't know him, but yeah, he another Impact star. They're getting married. They've been out there for maybe around since April. She was being like, I get that. That's your personal life.
Of course.
Get that done. But if you're there from April up until June and you can't even send in a promo.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking bad. You have phones. Like,
yeah.
I can do a promo while doing the podcast right now and upload it to fucking Instagram. It's not that hard. Yeah,
it's not. Like, we've seen on AEW, we've seen tons of promos. We've seen Pac. He sent in promos. We've seen BTE. Like, all that is done on a freaking phone. Not even all of it, but most of it is done on the phone. So if you have the right phone, if you can get the right phone, I'm sure Mexico has the right phone. Whatever phone you may have. Ooh, look at me. I see my reflection. So great. So great.
There's a promo for yourself right there.
But the baggage of that, of you do what you want because you are the first female world champion.
Fuck out of here with that. Like, nah, sorry.
Of that company, like that baggage is pretty fucking bad.
And it's getting pretty fucking heavy. That's the thing. It's starting to get pretty fucking heavy.
Also, I don't think that there will be much of a situation with her and Casey and Ricochet, because I just don't think that would be a situation, but that you can say that might be a situation that you might be wary of. Like you work like a lot, like pretty much all the stars, all the athletes can actually work with their old boyfriends or their old girlfriends or whatever. And it's not always a situation. But if you're doing that, if you can't even do a promo for Impact, why would anybody else want you? Why? Like,
because it's Vince McMahon.
Yeah,
that's all the reason you need. Unfortunately, that is if Vince wants you, he's gonna get you.
Yes, and he will fuck you over at the sight of a fuck up. So play your cards right.
I'm pretty sure there's a fuck up clause in the contract, so like that's why. Out. Yeah, because you gotta maintain the image. So like, but that's the thing. Like, do you? Because look what happened with what's his name? I almost said Heidenreich. Not Heidenreich. What's this guy dude? Name the big dude that was racist and turned out to be
Lars.
Yeah. What the fuck is he? Why haven't they terminated him? You know what I mean?
Stage fright.
No, it's not even that. It has nothing to do
I know.
with that.
Like right now,
there's racist, fucking white supremacist, anti-gay shit. Like, how do you not get rid of that?
Can't be anti-gay.
What? I know.
I don't know.
But those were his posts.
Anything. I don't know nothing about
I'm just saying. But I'm saying, if you have things like that, and if you have shit like David Starr and Ligero getting fired, and now they're looking into Matt Riddle possibly getting released, like, why isn't, why would you wanna bring, not to say that people can't change, because people can change, but the thing is, why would you bring Tessa Blanchard in knowing the controversies that she already has? Okay, and the baggage behind it. And I know, like, it's not fair to just... Yeah, and that's what it is. Like, that's what I'm mainly getting at. Like, You need somebody that's gonna come in and be somewhat cohesive, not just abrasive and like whatever. And there's been multiple reports about that shit. Like, so it's just like, I don't know. Like, is she too full of herself? Is it?
She's the
like,
female shit baby. She's the female shit baby that we've been searching for, but not searching for.
That's what I'm saying. Do you want that in your locker?
She's the Randy Orton female. Like, she's well, not third generation superstar, but she's the second generation superstar with her head up her ass. And that's what it seems like at the moment. And I get it, like, it's Impact, but it's still a fucking job.
Yeah.
It's still a fucking stage.
But at the same time, you got to think about it. Maybe she just didn't want to do all that shit because she knew her contract was up anyway. So she was just like, why? Whatever, fuck it.
So
she's like, I was already the fucking champ. I'm already the champ. A woman, like, as a main champ. So what the fuck else do I have to accomplish here? That's probably her mindset too. Like, all right, whatever. Terminate. Okay. Bet. You know?
There's already not a lot of people that want to fuck with her just because she's in the back. She's in the locker room spitting on women and calling them niggas.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't understand who she's going to be able to really wrestle with other than whoever's forced to wrestle her. But at the same time, I would hope Nia Jax has the same energy for her that she has for Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's something we got to keep tabs on. So, yeah. I guess we could.
That was a great close out.
That was a good close. That was a good close. So talk me through AEW having Fyter Fest and the Great American Bash, because like you were trying to explain it beforehand, but like I need you to like break it down. You said they're gonna have 2 days of Fyter Fest, correct?
Yes.
So it's gonna be
July
this
1st.
Wednesday.
Yes,
and next Wednesday.
That's day number 1. Yes, and day number 2 is July 8th. I'm trying to confirm because I have not.
Bash then.
That's NXT. I'm trying to figure.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
my bad. So the way I thought about it, I'm like, why would they have two big events for their own show competing against their own show? I thought, like, I didn't know Great American Bash was NXT.
Yeah, so understanding that, yes, I do. I did not understand that at the moment. But yeah, I get that you got that, because there was the whole thing of Cody trying to buy a whole bunch of the
Dusty names.
Yes, all of the Dusty Rhodes created pay-per-views, and that's one of them that he did not get. And funny thing is, Cody says, "Okay, great, you can have that," but sister, she goes on Twitter and says, "Pay my mother." Pay my mother. Like,
Max.
Yeah. Like, it gets nasty. Like, why not? Like, I don't care about a statue. Like, that's how she feels. I don't care about a statue that's not in the, like, where's that statue at? Mm-hmm. In WWE headquarters? Like, that means nothing. If there was a statue there should be a statue of Dusty somewhere in Georgia, but in WWE offices, it means nothing. Like, as much as we like the Andre the Giant Battle Royale, that also means nothing as well. But it is a push. It's the start of a push, but whatever.
No, it's not.
So, well, look at Corbin. Don't look at Mojo. Don't look at Mojo. Bad push.
Corbin didn't need that anyway. It was just a nice little feather in a cap that doesn't need.
Yeah.
It's like winning the Pinocchio Cup. Whatever.
That's the thing.
Stop playing. It's not. I'm just saying, like, you might as well call it the Pinocchio Cup because it doesn't mean shit. If somebody tells you it means something, then it's just like,
that's like saying the Mae Young Challenge doesn't matter. You have to build to it.
No, but you see, before that, the Mae Young Challenge was always different because it gave you a shot to like actually go into the.
Maybe get signed, maybe get
that shit. Yeah, exactly. This doesn't mean anything.
Gotcha.
At least the Dusty Rhodes Classic tag team shit does, because you get a title shot.
Yeah.
Not so much Andre the Giant. And not to talk shit about Andre the Giant, because Andre the Giant was awesome. But like, it's his thing really means shit.
It's what they gave him. Yeah. It's what they gave.
It means nothing.
Right. So yeah, they're competing on the same day. Great American Bash and AEW's Fyter Fest. Fyter Fest was announced first, and of course, just to counteract the viewership, because AEW actually lost last week. They actually lost this past Wednesday viewership, but yeah, doesn't really mean much. And it was by about 100,000.
Two out of how many weeks?
I think 3 now, but but
3 out of how they're batting 97%. So it's like
yeah,
you know, like
yeah, definitely true. So it's not the worst, but it's still a thing. You have to keep up with each other because that's where the commercials come into play. So
I bet you Wilkins will be like, yeah, bitch, yeah, they lost. And I'm gonna be like, bro, it's just NXT.
No, relax. They didn't lose. You scored. Like that's it. You didn't win. You just got to score.
Yeah.
Because if it's winning, let's see at the end of the year how many. Like you can't even win at the end of the year. It's 52.
No, they already lost. Exactly. They already lost.
Yeah, you lost the year. Like no matter what happens from here to October, you lost the year already.
Yeah.
I guess it's momentum, as the wrestling fan would say.
So, did you find a card?
Yes, I did. So day 1 is Omega and Paige versus the Best Friends.
Tag team championship match?
Yes.
Gotta tell me these things.
Oh, all right, my bad. Cody defending the TNT title against Jake Hagar. Sheeta versus Penelope Ford for the women's title. Jurassic Express versus MJF and Wardlow. Then Private Party versus Santana and Ortiz. And all this happens with Jericho on commentary.
So this is for both days, not just
one. That's
just day 1. Oh, okay. Yeah. Do you have day 2?
Should we go into day 2? I don't think they have too much really announced.
We could hold off. I mean, we'll know on next Monday. So
yeah, that's fine. I've been trying to get the damn card for NXT, but
it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I know there's a lot of people that you don't know. There's who the hell is that? Oh, okay.
Exactly. You ain't Orny looking. I know who he is. The motherfucker's a beast.
Okay.
Chill out.
Okay. I know he is.
I know Oni. I seen Oni, alright?
And he's going against Timothy Thatcher.
Don't know who the fuck that is.
He had a really good match. Pretty much Matt Riddle's going away match for NXT. It was a really good cage match that was like not really a cage. They were like embedded into the world of the floor of the NXT Performance Center. Io Shirai. Is that her? Yeah, she's going up against Sasha Banks for the title. That's gonna be kind of interesting.
Okay. That's a good matchup.
Yeah, like that's the one thing I like about the women's division, well, the women's tag division. Like Sasha and Bayley are now like running around everywhere to defend these titles now.
Good.
I like that.
And that's what I'm saying. The fucking men's tag should be the same. Whatever. Continue.
We know. That has been quite dangerous with the whole situation of everything that's going on.
No, I get it, but if the women are doing
it, there's a double standard for that.
No, there isn't.
I know. Mia Yim and it's a fatal 4-way. Mia Yim, Tegan Knox, Candice LeRae, and Dakota Kai.
Oh, that should be good.
I don't know what day that is. Yeah. Oh, yeah. The fatal 4-way for the women's, at least, they're always really good. That's really all that I know. I'm trying to look at the pictures, but I haven't really got much.
I mean, that's all we got. I mean, but that's good. That seems really good. I'll be watching Fyter Fest instead because I already did the reminder. But you know, I'll check out the NXT because if all those are on NXT that day, then like I'll just go back and see like on Hulu. Be like, hey, what is it even on Hulu?
I think NXT should be on Hulu.
Should be, and if
it
not,
I
know where to find it. Well, we know where to find it.
That's true too.
Yeah. But yeah, that's
the website.
The website. That's what we're gonna call it. The
website. the network. We're just gonna have to call it the network.
Oh, the network. That's perfect.
Everything is the network.
Yeah.
Everything.
To see it on the
network.
network.
All the matches happen on the network.
Exactly. So after that, since we're done with all those other topics, we could jump into New Japan. Their New Japan Cup 2020. So it started back on the 16th of June, going all the way to the 11th of July. It's going to be in Osaka-jo Hall, the final. And I think that's going to be one of the first times you're going to actually be able to have people in the arena. Not too much, but, enough, like, people in the arena, like, safety is shit. Probably going to take, like, a 3-hour check-in thing. But, hey, fuck it. Do what you got to do to have people in there. So, rounds 1 is done, and I want to say part of round 2 is done as well. So, we're just going to run down through them and see exactly what happens. So, round 1 on the left bracket, we had Togi Makabe versus Yota Tsuji, which was a really good match. And Togi Makabe actually won that one. It was pretty good.
We're starting from the bottom?
I mean, I'm starting from... I'm looking at...
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we even do that?
I don't know. I don't
remember. After that, we had Tomohiro Ishii versus El Desperado. Tomohiro Ishii won that one. After that, we had Toru Yano and versus Jado, and Toru Yano won that. Yano. After that, we had Hiromu Takahashi versus Tamaoki Honma, and Hiromu Takahashi won that. Next day on the 17th of June, we had Kazuchika Okada versus Gedo. Obviously, we knew who was going to win that shit. Kazuchika Okada.
I feel like we went over this.
I think we did, but I'm just going to run through it anyway. Yuji Nagata versus Minoru Suzuki in a fucking hard fought. Like, if you want to see a hard-hitting match between two old heads that still know how to fucking rock, watch that match. Yuji Nagata versus Minoru Suzuki. Nagata came out with the win, which surprised the fuck out of me because I thought, it's fucking Suzuki. So I was just like, oh, what? I was like, bet. After that, we had Yuya Umera versus Yoshinobu Kanemaru, which Yoshinobu Kanemaru got the win, which was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it's gonna happen for the young boys. He was a young lion, so he had to.
But the young lions are putting in some good fucking work, though.
Oh yeah,
I'm watching this shit. Like, perfect example, the Gabriel Kidd versus Taiji Ishimori. That was a great fucking match. And Gabriel Kidd put in some fucking work, and unfortunately, he just fell short to Taiji Ishimori.
It's
Taiji Ishimori, exactly. The next set of matches was Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Taichi. And Taichi actually came out with the win, which surprised the shit out of me. Not super surprising, because maybe, Tanahashi's won it quite a few times. He's appeared in it quite a few times. And maybe, now it's time to, start
a few times. He appeared
I know.
11?
I know. I said quite a few times. So maybe he's doing the veteran shit and putting people over, and it was a great fucking match too. I just ended up watching all these today anyway. So then we had Kota Ibushi versus Zack Sabre Jr., another great match. We knew what to expect from that. And Kota Ibushi won that one. After that, we have Sanada versus Ryusuke Taguchi. And Sanada won that, proving that he's shit. And Sanada's always been good. He came in on a 4-match losing streak in 2020. But at least turned it around in time for this, and he's going up ahead. Sho versus Shingo Takagi was a really good fucking match, which I did not expect for Sho to actually win. And not because of any reason. It's fucking Shingo. You know what I mean? Like, Shingo Takagi's a beast, but Sho pulled it off.
That's the surprise for me.
No, it definitely is 100%. 100%. That, and I would probably say Taichi are two of the right there. In terms of which was the top surprise. After that, we had on the 23rd of June, we had Yoshihashi versus Hiroyoshi Tenzan, which Yoshihashi got the fucking win, which was another surprise. It's like, oh shit, Yoshihashi. But Yoshihashi, he's out. Not to shit on him all the time, but he's actually a good wrestler. If you watch him wrestle, he's fundamentally sound. It's fucking Yoshihashi,
Yeah, this is the best we've seen him because
no, for sure.
Everyone has had some time off, and everyone had time off to actually recuperate. And look at him,
Yoshi Tenzan, he looked fucking good, having those 3 months off to recuperate and all that shit. So get out those nagging injuries and whatever. He looked good.
But Yoshihashi has needed this for the last year and a half.
100%, absolutely. That's
people were really shitting on him last year.
I remember when they said Ring of Honor is a Yoshihashi of wrestling, I was like, damn. So that explains a lot.
That's all Ring of Honor needs to do.
So you know what? Exactly. He did what he did, and now he's good. After that, we had Yo versus Bushi, which is another good match, and Bushi came out with that win. After that, we had Evil versus Satoshi Kojima. Evil won that one. And I think that was the main event that night. And Hiroki Goto versus Yujiro Takahashi. Hiroki Goto won that. So right now,
yeah,
we have
that. I was gonna say that was a surprise, but I've never really seen Yujiro have too many fights. Like
me either, which was weird that I haven't seen him as much. But like he's always
one-on-one. Like,
yeah, one-on-one at least. Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's usually in the 6-man tag, 8-man tag,
which
thing.
We always fast forward. Yeah. So it's like he's there, but we just tend to not, or at least it's just playing in the background while we're doing other shit. So 6/24, June 24th, we had round 2 start. And that was the last like that we've actually seen. It should be starting on Wednesday again. Wednesday and Thursday we're gonna have the next round fully complete, which is a quarterfinal. So this time, quarterfinals. So on 6/24 we had Togi Makabe versus Tomohiro Ishii. Tomohiro Ishii won that. It's fucking Stone Pitbull. What else are you gonna do? I mean, Togi Makabe put on a great display, but at the same time, like it's Tomohiro Ishii. Like, come on. Then we had Toru Yano versus Hiromu Takahashi, and it was funny and it was dumb how he won, but I'm okay with it because you're always gonna get some shenanigans with Yano, and turns out that he used to fucking pick on Hiromu all the time when he was a young lion, and that he like shaved his hair even at one point and like left him in patches and whatnot. So like they played on that. He came out in his fucking in a worker's hat and a hard hat and everything.
Yeah, he came out with a hard hat. He had
there were like
helmet on.
There were like 3 different fucking clippers involved. There was a scissors that he actually cut his hair, like a part of his hair out. Which I was surprised that he actually let him. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, dude. But the way it ended was actually pretty funny. Like he tied him up, sent him down the elevator, put him down to the first floor, and then he just like had to hop along with a young lion because he was tied to him. I was like, what the fuck is going on? But it was hilarious
match.
It was definitely entertaining.
It's one of those matches that you actually need in a tournament.
Yeah,
like
you need those silly matches, and Yano is gonna give you a silly type of match to at least like break some stuff up. But that's what happened. Oh no, there was 2 more matches, right? So then after that we had Yoshinobu Kanemaru versus Taiji Ishimori in a pretty competitive match overall, and Taiji Ishimori ended up getting the win. But the funny thing is Yoshinobu Kanemaru, going back to Pro Wrestling Noah, he beat Taiji Ishimori 11 times. So like, when I had to run that back when I was watching. I was like, what do you mean he beat him 11 times? Like he had his number. He had Taiji Ishimori's number the whole time, and like, you know, they called upon that, and it was a good match. And you could see like Yoshinobu Kanemaru was like, I was listening to the English version because it was up. So I was like, whatever. But if I'm watching it live, I'm gonna watch it in Japanese. But what if I understood that Japanese? Don't hate, bitch. Anyways,
that's why I asked.
That'd have been impressive.
I asked.
Nah, but Taiji Ishimori got the win. Yoshinobu Kanemaru, you could see that he knows how to wrestle Taiji Ishimori, which was actually the really cool part. He was going after his knees, his legs, and all that shit to like slow him down, because a lot of Ishimori's power comes from his legs and shit. So like, you know, he's a little fucking bolo. So, you know.
That was really one of the better things of the tournament so far. Like, everyone had history.
Yeah, which was great. You had little backstories everywhere.
It's great for 2 reasons. It's great for the backstory, and it's great for the chemistry. Like, they know each other, so it's not going to be too many. It's not gonna look like AEW sometimes when they fumble over each other at moments. It's not gonna look like that. And not to shit on AEW, but that's one of their weak points. So
speaking of fumbling, we had Kazuchika Okada versus Yuji Nagata. There was one fumble moment. First of all, I want to say fucking A for Yuji Nagata. I did not know he was 52 years old, and the motherfucker moves way better than the Undertaker. Just saying.
He only had 1 hip replaced. I don't know. I don't know.
But no, it was a good match. It was pure wrestling, all in all, and like, you know, it was the old guard versus the new guard. Technically, they're both former IWGP heavyweight champions, And
past and present, I guess. Past
yeah,
and
exactly,
present.
past and present. Like you had literally two different generations, because like he's 52, and I think
30 something.
yeah, he's like 33, 34 or some shit like that. I don't remember. But for the most part, like, no, yeah, like, and the thing is, like, I thought he was like 42 or something, but some fucking Asians, they just, you know, you just look fucking young all the time. So I'm just like, God, most of them. So, but no, it was a great match, and Okada got the win. So in the next round of the tournament, no, I'm sorry, moving to July 1st, we're gonna have Taichi versus Kota Ibushi, which should be a good match. Then we're gonna have Sonata versus Sho, which should be a good match.
Oh my god!
Yeah, exactly. Then we're gonna have Yoshihashi versus Bushi, which if Yoshihashi still keeps it going, then you know, like it'll be a pretty big deal. And then we have Evil. I think for me, the next for July 1st, I think that like Hiroki Goto versus Evil could be the match stealer.
That's exactly what I was looking at
for sure. Because like that looks good. That looks good. So and then on July 2nd, because they're already technically up to the quarterfinals on July 2nd or the semis. I don't even know anymore. Okay, no, we had the round of 16. Now we're at the quarterfinals. My bad. So then we're gonna have Tomohiro Ishii versus Hiromu Takahashi. Oh my god, he's gonna die. So yeah, Tomohiro Ishii versus Hiromu, and then we have Okada versus Taiji Ishimori. Ooh, those are
that is going to be
matchups.
Those are going to be sleepers that we did not know were sleepers,
and that we didn't know we wanted, but now we want. So
like,
yeah,
that's the one thing I do like about this bracket, because like we said before, it's for anybody. Anybody is welcome. There's no size constraints. It's not heavy.
I mean, they had to because of all the shit that they were missing before that.
Yeah, and people that didn't want to or could not actually perform. So
yeah, so you have people that
I like.
Yeah, I love the whole way this was done, and it's very smartly done. So like the first, second, and third are all round of 16, quarterfinals, and semifinals, and then on July 11th we get the final at Osaka-jo Hall. So it's probably gonna be a shitload of tag team matches and a couple one-offs here and there, singles matches, and then we're gonna get the final. But no, man, should be interesting. And then whoever wins here gets a shot at Tetsuya Naito's double belt shit going on. So which I'm kind of iffy on that. Just throwing it out there real quick. I think the double champ should be able to choose what title he defends. Because for this match, I want to say for like this for the cup, it's mainly just for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
And I get that. And I think that's the only title that should be on the line. I don't think that they should be defending both titles at the same time all the time. You know what I mean? Like, but everyone
does not deserve to be a double champion.
Exactly. And that's my point. But like, I mean, I'm pretty sure if you
tournaments are tricky.
Tournaments are tricky, but this one's notorious for being a tournament for the right to challenge for the heavyweight championship, not the intercontinental.
Yes. Pick your poison at this point.
Exactly. Yeah. If you want an intercontinental tournament, then do an intercontinental tournament. But otherwise, there should be one. There should. But yeah, that's all I got for that. And then apparently Lions Break Collision, which is their new weekly show that's going to be featuring a lot of young lions and like, you know, the upcoming wrestlers and whatnot. I don't know when it comes out. It should be coming out, I think, this week. They said something like that.
They said something about this week, but
I'm going to check on New Japan World, see if it comes out, because I did see one thing about it, but I don't know if it was like, oh, coming up, or, oh, it should pass already, so we don't know. But they've been hyping it up.
That was the link that I sent, right?
Yeah, and I don't mind watching it. I don't mind. Oh, no, it was actually Kevin Kelly that said it on the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so
well, shit, isn't it great to have Kevin Kelly back? It's kind of odd just hearing him, but
just hearing him kind of threw me off. I was like, wait, where's the other? But I'm just like, oh, somebody's in Australia, somebody's elsewhere, so I'm like, he has to do it on his own because he lives in Japan. Correct?
He should at this point.
I think he does live in Japan, but I just think overall, like, I think having a weekly show for them works, and you know, it puts more eyes. And why the fuck not?
Yeah, we've always wanted a weekly show. Like
Mm-hmm.
the schedule fucks us up because it doesn't make sense to us
What do you mean?
because the scheduling, like the scheduling of the pay-per-views or
Oh, because they
their
have a lot of house shows in between. That's why.
yeah
And a lot of story gets told through there. But
yeah
we don't see a lot of that story. So maybe
and a
if
lot of
they could
that.
start trickling shit in, just randomly, some of them pop up in this, that'll be cool.
But
But if it's
that's
mainly young
always
lion
been
stuff, that's
weird.
cool too.
All I'm
I,
saying is
you
that's
know,
always been weird because
you know how
even like
I. Go ahead, finish.
the tournament matches would be on some of the house shows, and you would see it at the tapings. You would see, not at the tapings, but you would see it when they put up like the bracket. You would see it would have a different match in a different arena. That shit would always throw me off, and then when it's actually time to watch it in real time, it throws me off too because it's just a random day in the middle of the morning.
You know how I always looked at it? How I always looked at their pay-per-views and their storytelling? I always
No.
looked at it like Dragon Ball Z animated movies. Like, not the show, but the movies. Like, because the movies technically fall into the storylines of the show. Some of them,
Yeah.
not all of them. So, like, some of them are one-offs, but some of them are actually relevant to said show or said series or whatever arc they're on.
And it's not
So,
chronological.
yeah, sometimes there aren't. So, like, it's just, that's how I look at the pay-per-views and their storytelling and, like, little things that happen here and there. Like, yeah, you'll miss a couple matches, but they might not be as important as the one you're watching. So that's just how I look at it.
Yeah. It's just like one important match, and that's the main event type shit.
Pretty much, exactly.
No, I completely get that. I get that, and that's also a reason to buy a ticket.
Yeah.
I completely understand that. But me as someone who
ticket.
Yeah, but just me as someone who can't go over there and go to a show, and I have to watch it, and however you put it out, it's annoying.
Yep. All right, Bucket, what you got before we sign off?
So yeah, there's a strap match that Roderick Strong is going to be in on one of the Great American Bash matches, nights, and Rhea Ripley is going to defend her title against somebody. Well, not her title, but she's going to fight because she has to fight. That's all I have. Other than that, boxing is back, and yes, boxing is back. It's on UFC Plus. Like I've been watching a few of them.
On UFC? ESPN Plus, you mean? UFC Plus.
Yes.
You hear this shit? Speaking of which,
I can't help it.
They did have a fight night the other night. I didn't watch it. Did you watch it?
I watched some of it. And, oh my God.
I don't want to keep this going, but I'm pretty sure this shit I need to see. I heard there were some fights I needed to see.
Oh my God. There was one. Yeah. Dustin Poirier.
Tell me afterwards.
No, I'm just gonna say you need to. That was the main event. And yes, and that was a match of the fight of the year qualifier. Swear to God, right hand to God, right hand to God.
Did you watch the Weili Zhang fight earlier this year? Is it above that? No. I'll watch it before I talk shit.
It might be.
I'll watch it before I talk shit. All right, but I'll check it out after this, definitely, because I, kind of got some stuff to do. Mario Kart Mondays.
Don't even look at the aftermath of
no.
Guys.
I'll just watch the fight. Because they have it on ESPN. I think they have it in little things where you can just watch the single fight. But all right, that's cool. So with that being said, all right, that's the end of the podcast. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for telling me about the UFC fight night. And you can follow us on Twitter at Pokes and Chokes, myself at _ Mr. Alex75 _ the guy on the other side waving around at
NU _ KEWLA.
Facebook.com/Pokes and Chokes, on Instagram at Pokes Chokes Podcast. Check us out on Redbubble if you want your masks, your mascaras. And Threadless, I believe. Yeah, Threadless. And you can listen to us on iTunes, Spotify, Transistor, Stitcher, and Google Podcasts or Google Play Music. I think it's podcast now. And thanks for being with us. And we'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.